Blessings, brothers and sisters. Blessings.
Passover is the remembrance of when the Most High delivered his people from death. Those who put the blood of a lamb over their homes were covered. It was a sign pointing to a future sacrifice to come. Christ shed his blood over our temple, which is now the home, so that death would no longer have power over those who believe. John 11:25 says, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. If that's true, then death is not the end. We don't have to fear death the way the world does. So what does that look like when you lose someone you love?
We was in the beginning of this ministry, and brothers and sisters, we're near the end of the prophesying, because the media is going to make what we're dealing with illegal. And it's going to be military throughout the earth that will get in the way of us actually standing on corners teaching the word of God. Just like we told you from the beginning, we are here. And again, we're not dealing with nothing else going forward with just all that stuff. No, we're not even dealing with it. Okay. We have prophesied. We've warned the people. We've done what we were supposed to do with the Most High, and we ought to continue until the ark is shut. And I want to say this. Hey, whoever believe whatever they want to believe out there, hey, ain't nothing we can do. We're doing our job according to the Almighty. But people who have worked with us and know the benefit of this church is going to take full advantage in the spirit of what the Most High blessed us to help the people with. The 12 lost tribes found. Let me tell y'all something, folks. What a deep, deep lesson that was. And at this time, there was only a few people teaching. Myself, Zion Nash, later Elder Lawyer. I need y'all to look at this. How do I know we're near the end of all of it? And look what the Most High did, Elder Lawyer. We had nothing at all. Zero. Only thing we had was a Bible. Zero. And now through the ministry, never putting down the plow. He have blessed us with what? Resources to help the people when it all goes down. And how do I know it's about to go down? No one is telling y'all folks, but just the day before yesterday, the U.S. Treasury declared that the American dollar, that America is insolvent. What does that mean? It's to a point where it'll never be able to repay its debt. It's become insolvent. When they declared that the first time, America went through the Great Depression. We're in the plenteous before the famine. Listen to me clear. We're what? We're in the plenteous before the famine. Everything we're being blessed with have to be utilized in a time when there's nothing, and that nothing will soon come. Okay? Insolvent. And another point that most don't understand. Christ says he wouldn't return until that man of sin be revealed. It's not just us revealing the Babylonian Satanists who have hid behind the children of Israel's name. Everyone now knows who the synagogue of Satan is. And Paul made it clear that that day shall not come unless that man of sin be revealed. And there's a guy out there. And folks, let me tell you, I know they're watching our lessons. Because I can tell what? I can tell the pattern when people have listened to our lessons and what they utilize to bring their point across to know they're watching our lessons. You see, we put the lessons together. We know when people have been students and are teaching what we taught. Based on the patterns. There's more people in this academy that's not a part of this church than you think. A matter of fact, Elder Lawyer can testify to this. That there was a guy going to a theologian seminary college. While watching, listen, going through a seminary college, a brother was learning to be a pastor. He contacts us and say, something must be up with you guys because they are using the Gathering of Christ Church Academy lessons in the theologian school. They used our lessons to actually show that the speaking in tongues that are done in our churches is actually heresy. And that these guys who are teaching what the tongues are, they're correct. We're sitting there. They got us on the screen in their theologian seminary schools saying, this is the correct doctrine on tongues that these young men are. And he was sitting there, couldn't believe it. Some guys he's seen on YouTube, theologian experts are using us as an example to prove against heretical doctrines. Let's talk about it. The 12 lost tribes found. Coming around full circle. And I'm so glad I went through that journey with the brothers from the beginning to remind me how far the Most High have taken this ministry. But I'm going to say this, brothers and sisters. America's insolvent. On top of that, they're stressing the treasury with more war. And at the same time, everyone everywhere is saying what we've been teaching for years. You don't believe me? Look at your screen. Look at your screen. That day shall not come until the man of sin be revealed. Elder Lawyer, get me that out of Timothy real quick.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Elder Lawyer, I need you to get Thessalonians for me real quick.
Yes, sir.
Where that man of sin would be revealed. Let's get it.
All right. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3.
Let's read it.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
So Christ is not going to return until what? Until the man of sin be revealed. The people who have always held the Canaanite doctrine in secret. Satan's religion must be revealed first before Christ returns. And also he says this gospel of the kingdom must be taught throughout the four corners of the earth, then the end shall come. Not the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church is everywhere. If that was the true doctrine of Christ, Christ would have returned already. Brothers and sisters, it's talking about this doctrine right here. Because when everyone start questioning the people who are claiming to be the people, then it's only obvious that they'll start searching for the real people. The disciples even understood that the 10 tribes were scattered, was over here in the Americas. Elder Lawyer, let's go to St. John real quick and get that. St. John 6.
Yes, sir. The book of St. John. St. John 7 and
33, right?
Yes, sir.
St. John, 7, verse 33. So even the disciples knew it, right? Let's read this real quick.
Yes, sir. St. John 7:33.
Read.
Then said Yeshua unto them, Yet a little while am I with you, and then I go unto him that sent me. Ye shall see me and shall not find me, and where I am, thither ye cannot come.
Read.
Then said the Jews among themselves.
Now these are Israelites. These are from Judea. Then the Israelites said amongst themselves, read.
Whither will he go?
Where is Christ going? Where's he going? Read.
That we shall not find him.
Come on.
Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
Who was dispersed amongst the Gentiles? The northern kingdom. So the disciples knew that our people were dispersed, and they knew that a lot of us came here due west. They knew it back then. It was prophesied that through Christ's ministry, that would gather the lost tribes in the last days. The 12 lost tribes found, gathered under the spirit of Yeshua that have gathered them. So how do we know that these are Israelites? This is the disciples understood. Let's go to Hosea 8:8, Elder Lawyer. Hosea, the 8th chapter and the 8th verse. Read.
Hosea 8, verse 8. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles, as a vessel wherein is no pleasure.
So the Israelites were scattered amongst the Gentiles and did what? They were re-educated and were taught they were someone else, still separated from the nations who have enslaved them, kept them in ghettos like us, but nonetheless never told our brothers and sisters they were in fact from the lost tribes of Israel. We were swallowed up, and we started to believe that we were Gentiles. Let's go to Hosea 9:17. Read that.
Hosea 9, verse 17. My God will cast them away, because they did not hearken unto him, and they shall be wanderers among the nations.
So the northern kingdom, we became wanderers. Northern and southern kingdom eventually became wanderers amongst the Gentile nations with no idea that we were in fact the lost tribes of Israel. So why did the Most High give us his name? At the very end of time. Why? Why? Think about this, folks. Before we were delivered, the first time the Most High gave his name, he put his name in the earth so that there's no question what God is guiding us through, what God sent Christ to gather the lost tribes in the last days. That's why. So the mission, and that mission can never be deterred. The focus is the ministry the Most High has given us from the beginning to finish it.